Joe is on the line in Jersey City, New Jersey. Joe, how can we help?
Hey, Ken. Hey, Jade. How are you guys?
We're having a blast, as you can tell. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to say, Ken, great stuff as always, and Jade, congratulations and good luck.
Hey, thanks, Joe.
So my question is, now that the market has kind of gone, wayward over the last few years with the pandemic and everything, and inflation and cost of living and all that has kind of gone up in almost the entire country. Just wondering, has Dave considered the starter emergency fund to go up maybe to like $1,500 or $2,000, because some of the prices for things like a hot water heater or transmission or whatever might be more expensive than it used to be when he wrote the book originally and started this plan?
Now, this is funny, Jade. This is like, does the emergency fund, baby step one, need an inflationary adjustment? Very thoughtful question. What say you?
Well, whose side are you on here, Ken?
What? I didn't take a side. I just said it's a very interesting question.
It is.
Everything else is being adjusted for inflation. I think it's a thoughtful question.
It is a thoughtful question. And here's where I'm going to approach this, because you're not the first person to ask this, Joe, and I'm sure you're not going to be the last person to ask that question. But what we have found is that when we teach for folks to get $1,000 saved, most people, and I mean the statistics will tell you that 56% of Americans cannot afford a $1,000
That's right.
emergency.
Wow.
And we actually did a study on the state of personal finance, and it told us that 36% of Americans actually have $0. Zero. Some might call it a goose egg. No money saved. So if you have $1,000, do you know what that's called, Joe? That's called winning at life, because most people just don't have it. So where I can understand the mindset, because trust me, I have kids, we got cars, there's a lot that can go wrong, and I understand that. But understanding what the averages are and understanding what the actual truth of the matter is, which is most folks don't have any money saved. If they have an emergency, they're going straight to their credit cards. All right. And they're taking an emergency and just turning it into a even bigger problem with zeros on the end. And so what we're trying to teach is an accessible way for you to plan for emergencies. And we've found that $1,000 is something that if you bust your butt and get it saved, it's actually enough to float you through. Now, here's the thing. It's not intended to feel like, all right, I've made it in life. I can just sit back and put my feet up, put my Jordans up on the desk, right?
There it is.
That's not what it's for. We want you to feel that anxiety, not anxiety, but we want you to feel that feeling of, I got to get out of this. Like, this is not where I want to stay. And that should light your fire to get through baby step 2, so that you can have that 3 to 6 months and have that cushy feeling and that wonderful feeling of security. How does that sit with you, Joe?
No, that's fine. You know what it is? I'm kind of getting started with the baby steps. I've known about it for a while, but the wife and I would trying to come to understanding and agreement on how to go about it. And so basically, we haven't even just talked about this step number 1, but I know that my wife might feel more comfortable, as Dave always tells about the security gland. That is going to come up, and I think I just want to have an idea as to what would be said.
Hey, Joe,
I presented the whole baby steps to her, and she kind of likes it. But
let me ask you a question. How much debt do you have to pay off?
Quite a bit. I got about. My wife has under her name, but it's ours. Obviously, I understand that. It's about just under $100,000, I think, in student loans, and then we have about maybe another 30-ish in credit card or consumer debt. Consumer debt. So
I want to address your wife's comfort gland, because you're bringing up a very good point, and you're going to have to communicate this. She's got to be on board. So I want to give you just something from a husband's point of view on that conversation. So let's just forget for the moment the $100,000 in student loan debt, and let's look at the credit card debt or consumer debt of $30,000. Okay, if you were to pay off 1 or 2 of those credit cards, okay, how much money would that bring back to your budget? So in other words, how much are you paying out on the $30,000? What would you say? Ballpark figure of the $30,000, not student loan. How much are you paying out each month in minimums or whatever?
Oh, well, without the mortgage, it's about like $1,500.
All right, that's what I'm looking for
on mine. Yeah.
All right. So my point is, if you guys got really intense and you paid off $30,000, That's $1,500 a month that you don't have to put out. You understand what I'm saying? It's a mental game. Now, we want you putting that money into the student loan. So you're going to debt snowball this thing, but I'm just trying to help her see. We're going to have more
you
of
have
our
more
own
than you think.
You got more than you think once we pay off some of the debt. So the safety gland needs to be focused on, whoa, we need to build up some protection. And the protection is not the savings. The protection is getting rid of the debt. I'm not trying to play mind games with you and your wife, but she needs to understand why we need to be all in on this. Jay.
Yeah. Have you guys done Financial Peace University?
I went through. I did some of the classes. I haven't gone through fully, and my wife is going through it soon.
Yeah, I want you guys to go through that together, and that's going to get her on the same page with you, because that's key. If you want to get this debt paid off, you want her to be on the same page. Financial Peace will teach you how to do that.